Welcome back everyone, and today we're doing the next modification to my truck. We're putting on a set of tow mirrors. Now this tow mirror right here I ordered from Summit Racing. They are a K-Source brand and the reviews on them have been very good. The mirror that I have ordered has the signal, has the electric motor inside of it to adjust it, and it's also heated as well. So this is just a step down from the ultimate luxury mirror you can get, which actually also has the electronic motor inside of it where it can fold inside and out. Now K-Source not only sells GM mirrors, but they also sell all sorts of other mirrors from Ford, Dodge, Toyota, and Nissan as well. So if you have a truck and you're thinking about getting a good set of mirrors, I recommend getting on Summit Racing and taking a look at them. For this install today, we're going to need two different screwdrivers, a fatter one and then a skinnier one. I ordered a set of non-marring tools, or also just a body molding tools. These are made of nylon, so that way when you go to pry on the door panels and everything to pull it off, it doesn't leave nicks in it like a screwdriver will. And you'll also need a base socket set that has a set of pliers with it as well. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we have to do here is take off the triangular piece that's right here behind the mirror. Take a body cladding tool and just pop it in behind this here. If you can find you a good spot. There it is. Be careful not to break the plastic clips on the back. So there they are. Next thing we have to do is take the lock here off the door, get your tiny screwdriver here, take it underneath of it here, and pry on this little lever here until it pops out. Be a little aggravating there at first. There it is. Once that happens, it just slides right off the stud. There's a little hole here underneath of it. Take your body cladding tool, pop it inside of that here. It may bulge out on you a little bit. Once it pops out, take the tool, pop it in behind the handle, and then just slowly work your way up, releasing all of the screws. There it is. Popped out at one time. Okay, take the tiny screwdriver underneath of it here. There's a little pin that you pull down on and twist it sideways, and the handle should slide right off. There's a tiny panel here underneath of the door handle. Take your body cladding tool, pop that out to reveal that bolt. Inside of the handle right here inside the door, there is a slanted piece. Take your pry tool, stick it underneath there, and pry that one off to reveal those two bolts. Next thing to do is get you a 10mm socket with an extension and a ratchet. We got to take out 5 bolts. 2 are located right here on the handle, 1 right here in plain sight, and then 2 are actually right inside of here. All right, next part is we're going to take off the switch right here. Take your tool, just pop it there underneath of it, work your way around. There's little pops on it just like there is on the side of the door panel. Lift it up, there it is. It'll pop right out and it'll reveal all your plugs for your wiring, your mirrors, your windows, and everything underneath of it. Okay, now we have our wider pry tool. We're going to go around the edge of the door right here, just prying off the panel piece by piece. Once the door panel is loose, there are 2 alignment tabs at the bottom that you can just set it on and it'll rest right there inside the door for you. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take out our piece of sound foam here. Trying to be careful not to rip it. There we go. Okay, now we're going to unhook the mirrors, or the wires that go to the mirrors, from the switch itself. Since there are 2 leads to this mirror, since the factory mirror has defrost and moving around an electronic motor in it as well, but these here are also able to fold back into themselves via the electronic motor inside of them. The new feature that I've got on the mirrors does not have that, so we're just going to not plug something inside of this port right here. Just push down the tab, and they should pull right out. Go. The next thing we're going to do is, in order to remove the wire, we have to remove the factory white clips here that hold it into the panel itself. Don't worry if you break these. The mirrors that you order come with extra ones on the wires themselves, and you can actually plug it in to where the factory slots are. There are 3 bolts that hold the mirror on, so we've got to take the nuts off. That way the mirror can slide out. Don't worry when you take them off, because there is a plastic holder at the top that will hold in the mirror and keep it from falling. Since these are the factory mirrors that have been on the truck since it was built in 2009, there's a lot of grime that has built up over the years, so we need to get rid of this. So the first thing we're going to do here is actually take and scrub it. I have my trusty sidekick, I have my girlfriend here today, and she's going to do the cleaning for me. Okay, so now we're putting the nuts on the back side of the mirror. There's also 2 alignment pins, one down here, and then there's one that goes up here inside of this little crevice. One thing I highly recommend doing is taking paper towels or some sort of rag and tucking it down here into this area, because if not, if you were to happen to drop one of these nuts right here, it would actually go down and it wouldn't fall inside the panel, it would actually fall down into the door itself, into the bottom, and then you would have to continue to remove the rest of the panel and then struggle to get those. So I highly recommend doing that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do now is take the clips, pop them inside the factory holes. Conveniently, they happen to already be placed where they need to go. That's one right there. And then we will take the end of it right here, fish it up through here, and now take a look on the bottom of your switch panel here. There are a few ones. This is white, black, and then these up here are blue. So these right here are the ones that all control your mirrors. You need to take the black one and plug it into where it says black. The white one, you may have noticed that we took out earlier, that one actually goes to the motor, and that's the one that turns the mirror inside and out. But since we don't have that on this mirror, we don't need to plug that one inside that hole. Pop the switch panel back into place, making sure not to crush any of the wires. They can pull down underneath of it. Take the foam sound barrier that goes in up here and just tuck the top of it. Just like that, with the split going over the wire. One little tip before you go to put the panel back on the door is to actually line up the brackets that the bolts go into, and then take a piece of tape, place it over the end of them. That way when you go to put the bolt back inside, it's already lined up, because if not, it'll just fall down and then you won't be able to line it back up. Next, we're going to put the panel on, so we actually need to lift up on the panel and try to set it over top of the upper rim here that's beside the window. This one here is a very precise alignment because it slides in between 2 pieces of rubber. There you go. Next step is to actually push the clips back into the door itself, so just take the palm of your hand and just press up against it, and you actually hear them snap right back into place. Just go around the whole entire door and do that, and then you'll be done. Alrighty, we're going to continue on now and finish putting on the rest of the accent pieces. Everything is now fully back together. We checked the switch and the mirror works. Somewhere we made a mistake is that you need to actually check the switch while you have it plugged in, because if you get everything back together and you plugged it into the wrong port, then you got to take the panel and all the pieces back apart. So make sure you do that before you put the panel back on. This install is now complete. We will actually post videos now of the before and after, and we'll also give you shots of what it's like from viewing inside the truck. Thank you very much for the view. If you have any questions, please ask down inside the comments section. Like and subscribe for more videos just like it.